So these are the things that we foraged this morning. We've got elderberries, the antiviral immune booster. We've got mostly hawthorn here with a few blackberries, but we'll call it hawthorn. Really great cardiovascular tonic, really lovely and relaxing, supportive for the heart. We've got some apples, crab apples, which again, just great for general health, great for the chest, great for the digestion. We've got some lovely rose hips. We've got a combination of the Japanese rose and the dog rose. These are great as an immune booster, really good for inflammation as well, as an anti-inflammatory. Here we've got some sloes, again great for boosting immunity, and along with the blackberries, which are also fabulous. So this tonic that we're going to make is going to be a real great immune boosting winter tonic that you can take a spoonful of every day to hopefully keep you in best of health throughout the winter. We're also going to put some spices in. So I'm going to put some cloves, which have got nice antiviral, antiseptic properties. I'm going to put some ginger, which again is antiviral and antiseptic, a good expectorant to clear a chesty cough. Cinnamon, which is really soothing to a cough and can help a dry, tickly cough. Also expectorant, also antiviral and antibacterial. And star anise, antiseptic and antibacterial. So you can see where I'm going with this. There's a common theme between all these ingredients. So all we need to do now is simply place them into a jar. You can use any sort of jar. I do prefer glass if possible. I've got a big Kilner jar here. You could just use a jam jar if that's all you've got. That's absolutely fine. Just something to hold them all together. So there go the haws of the hawthorn berries. Absolutely beautiful colour, packed full of antioxidants as well to really help you stay young and beautiful throughout the winter. Some rose hips going in there now. They'll definitely keep the bugs at bay, along with these lovely elderberries. So we froze the sloes and the rose hips. So these are post-freeze to just mimic that first frost and get them nice and ripe. And then we've got some lovely blackberries going in. And it just looks so beautiful. So I'm just going to slice the apples up a little bit because I want to really increase that surface area for those lovely nourishing healing properties to be drawn out into the vinegar. I've got all the fruits in, now it's time to add the spices. So lots of lovely cloves, lots of lovely ginger. Fresh is best, so get a nice big chunk of fresh root ginger and grate that up and put that in. Some lovely cinnamon and some star anise. This is going to taste fantastic. Now I'm going to just make a cider vinegar infusion. So we call it Hedgerow Cyder, but it's not cider, it's cider vinegar. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to disappoint you there. So we're just going to pour some vinegar in. Ideally you'll be using organic cider vinegar with the mother because that's the one that's got the most health benefits. Cider vinegar itself is made from apples, so we've discussed some of the benefits of apples. It's a nice anti-inflammatory for reducing inflammation in the body. It's said to alkalise the body as well and reduce acidity, which is associated with lots of chronic health complaints. So I've got everything in the jar that I want in there for today. What you could do if the thought of a vinegar just doesn't sound appealing at all is add some honey in there to create an oxymel. Optimal just means sour honey, so you've got that added sweetness from the honey and of course lots of healing properties from the honey itself. So that's a nice thing to do. You can even add equal parts vinegar and honey if you want to. So I'm just going to fasten the lid now and give it a really good shake. And mix all those lovely ingredients. And already you can see that some of the colour from those berries, some of that pigment is starting to move into that vinegar. So when you've got this preparation, you need to keep it somewhere cool and dark, like inside a cupboard. I've put my things in here that I've got brewing in the nice dark cool cupboard out of the way. But you need to come and give it a regular shake every day or two. Give it a really nice shake, mix everything up. And then leave that to infuse for at least a month. And then after that, you just need to strain it. So for that you'll need a jug, a sieve, and either a piece of muslin, cheesecloth, or even an old tea towel or something like that to strain this through, just to get all the bits out, because most important is the hairs from the rose hips. You must get those out, otherwise you'll have an extremely irritated, scratchy throat. Another variation would be to add brandy with the honey instead of the cider vinegar, which is just such a lovely warming winter tipple on a cold, wet evening. So this is one that I've already started off, that's half brandy and half honey, with exactly the same ingredients as we put in there, the berries and the spices. So this isn't quite ready yet to strain, but I'm going to leave these infusing until December and strain it all off, and then it'll be ready just in time for Christmas. So here is a hedgerow vinegar that has been on the go for a good while and needs to be strained out now. So you can see that beautiful purpley red colour. So you just scoop up the edges. So next I'm going to press it in my trusty old wine press, because there's still lots of liquid in here that I could get out. It's quite hard to get by just squeezing it. So this is when a wine press comes in handy. Don't worry if you haven't got one of these, if you've not got access to one. Just do your best with squeezing it out. You'll have Popeye muscles before you know it. So I'm just turning the press to squeeze the pulp in the middle. And very soon we should start to see the lovely vinegar flow. Look at all that extra coming out.